And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the return, the beginning of something a little bit special here. We are back here with Sparkling Tuna Cup number 27. It has been months since we have run this tournament. It's been years, Papi. It's been a very, very long time here, but this is a bi-weekly open tournament to the world with a lovely tuna mascot. Oh, it's beautiful. It's amazing. I'm your host, ZvP, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood LE, we have the American Protoss player representing himself and Team D-Day. It is NasisNazty, aka NasisNazty. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the Ukrainian Zerg player representing Berserker Esports. It is DIMAGA. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. It has been far too long. I'm just going to quickly double check so I can get my dates right. But yes, it has. The last edition of this tournament was last year in September. It's been almost, well, it's actually been around 6 months. 6 months since the last edition of Sparkling Tuna Cup. For those who don't know the story behind this tournament, it's something that we brought together, something that was honestly pretty successful. Like, there was a lot of interest when it comes to the players, when it comes to the region and the range, of players from all over the world, and the viewership was pretty good as well. But alas, we have a really weird opening. But alas, at the time, we had also started our fresh team, our new team, and things happened. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get certain casting opportunities that we normally did. It was specifically DreamHack Atlanta at the time. We weren't able to cast DreamHack Atlanta, the European and American stage of it, the American group stage. And because of that, we didn't really have the funds to keep this event going, as well as our pro team. And at the time, we were committed to World Team League. So we decided to keep our pro team, Vindicta, Dolan, and PattyMac at the time, and continue to compete in World Team League in Code S. And it was an amazing run. It was amazing. It was beautiful. But since then, of course, our team has disbanded, our NA roster at least. And with the funds that we have remaining, we decided to bring back our tournament, to bring back not just our tournament, but our tournaments. Sparkling Tuna Cup, Grand Platypus Open, and a new tournament, the Tenacious Turtle Tussle. So, 3 tournaments are back, and this is the beginning of us bringing it all back. Of course, this is also funded by the community as well. We do have a Patreon set up to help fund this. For the time being, it is going to be a bi-weekly event, but if we do hit certain stretch goals, if we do hit certain goals themselves when it comes to funding, then this can become a weekly tournament. It is all up to the community, it's all up to the people watching if we can make that happen. And as that happens, exclamation mark me in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket. We are here in the first round, and NasisNazty is a regular in these online tournaments, in the OSC events. He is a community member. He's more of an amateur player, but he's all over the place, and this is a really weird opener. So he goes for a 2-gate opener, which is more common in PvP than anything. But he's also really paranoid as well. We see a shield battery thrown down, a second pylon, even a third pylon. And oh my god, we're going 1-base DTs. Let's go. On the other side of the map, DIMAGA also opened up in a really peculiar way. Because he saw there was no expansion, he threw down a safety Roach Warren here to be defensive. And now that he's realized that there isn't really anything coming his way, as far as he can tell, he did see the Twilight Council, but he hasn't seen too much else. He is going for a 2-base lair. With this, he can turn this safe opener into an aggressive one. He can go across the map with a Nidus per se, or we can go 2-base Muta, as we do have a lot of gases, or we can just go 2-base Roaches with speed and just zoom across the map. We have options here. We have options if we are DIMAGA. Yeah, DIMAGA is the favorite in this series. He is a pro player from the land of Ukraine. So we'll see if NasisNazty can whip out something special. This is pretty special. Very rarely do you ever see 1-base DTs. The Dark Shrine is about to finish up. Unfortunately, there's no pylon on the map. There's no proxy pylon. There's also no robo, so there's no way to just yeet or send the DTs across the map. We also have detection. We have an overseer as well in position, so DTs aren't going to be able to do too much here. They are being warped in, and thankfully, DTs can morph into Archons instead. And Charged Out Archon is going to be the composition of choice here as 4 gates finish up. So we see a 4-gate 1-base all-in from NasisNazty, and it's pretty nasty. Let me tell you. Let's go, Bobby. We are sending everything across the map. This is spotted. DIMAGA is getting ready. He's throwing down an Evo Chamber for SimCity against the Chargers, trying to create a funnel, create a choke point. And speaking of, that's exactly what we get. Ugh, the Zealots, they struggle to find their way in. DTs do come in as well, but we have detection. We have an Overseer. A Queen is going to go down, and a couple of roaches, but really that's gonna be it. The rest of the army just crumbles before the might of the roach army. DIMAGA can now rush across the map. We do have roach speed. It did get researched because we do have lair, and DIMAGA now has the map control. Thankfully, he keeps his observer alive, sorry, his overseer alive as well. So even if we have defensive DTs, which we will have, we have detection to deal with it. Here we go, DIMAGA's rushing across the map here to just assert himself, to show us all, you know, why he is such a great player, and he was able to defend this all-in perfectly well. He's expanding behind it, he's taking more gases, he's working on +1 range just in case the game does go on a little bit longer. But there is no answer to this roach army. DTs are doing what they can, Zealots as well. But really, Zealots excel when there's a swarm of them, when we do have that numbers advantage, and that number account is just, I mean, it's non-existent. There's none left. Actually, nothing left. And DIMAGA is going to be able to break on through here. Again, we get a last-ditch effort to defend here with a warping of Zealots. But alas, there's only so much that they can do. There's only so much the Zealot, the Probe, can really do here. And DIMAGA is going to take the first game. GG. GG gets called, and then DIMAGA will take game number 1. GG. And again, you know, he is the favorite here. If we do have a look at the... Oh my god. If we do look at the round 1 matches on Challenge, again, a lot of them are more amateur players going up against some pro players. That is how the event is seeded. But round 2 is when things really kick off, and that's kind of what we're looking to right now. Oh, let's go. Before that happens, though, we still have a chance to kind of bring it all back here. And again, NasisNazty, you know, he is Protoss. You know, he's got builds up his sleeve. He knows what he needs to do. He knows about the Invisible Man. What else does he know? Does he know about the Sky Toss? You know, if we're gonna cheese here, and that's what that's what's gonna happen, how wild are we gonna get? Let's find out. At spawning in the top right hand corner of altitude, we have the American Protoss representing the clan D-Day. It is NasisNazty. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of altitude, we have his opponents. We have the Ukrainian Zerg player representing Berserker Esports. It is DIMAGA. Boy, let's go. The Probe is moving on out. Altitude, of course, the largest map in the map pool. It's big, it's huge, it's amazing. There's so much you can do in it. And what I'm alluding to is that, again, if we're going to go for a 1-base all-in, mate, you know, we have the ability to proxy. We do have the power. There it is. Let's go, Poppy. This is what was missing in the last game, mate. If we're gonna go 1-base DT, if we're gonna go for some DT shenanigans, we need a reinforcement point out on the map. We need a way to just send it across the map, Poppy, as soon as possible. And we're already taking that right step here for NasisNazty. We got a proxy pylon. We got 2 gates across the map as well. Gases are being taken, so this isn't going to be a slow lot all-in or anything like that. But I'm curious as to what's going to be proxied as... Oh, the Overlord! The Overlord is going to see this pylon. Oh my god. Let's go. What a chat. NasisNazty, he sees the Overlord slipping in, and he throws down the gateway anyway. We are going to have a 3-gate opener here. DIMAGA did go for a hatch gas pool. Very economic, very standard. And he's going to have some time to respond. He's fully aware of what his opponent is up to. Zealots are being produced. No Cybercore though, which is a little bit, you know, it's a bit odd. We should be seeing the Cybercore soon, so we can start warping in and working on Warp Gate, or start taking up in a bit of a different direction. Again, I'm curious as to what this gas is going to be spent on. Meanwhile, Lings are on the way, and I worry that this is going to get depowered. I worry that these Zealots were on altitude. It's going to take a long time to waddle across the map, and by the time they do, I think this pylon may just die. The Lings are coming out, and okay, DIMAGA is going to respect it. He sees this, but he doesn't want to risk anything too much here. He doesn't know what's coming across the map and how long it's going to take. I do think that if he immediately went for the pylon, he may have been able to get a kill on it, and that may just completely shut down this all-in. But alas, he's going to respect it. He's going to respect it. He's going to back off. We have a Baneling Nest on the way as a response. We have our Queens coming out as well. With the power of Queens, with these Lings, slow lots, with only 3 of them as well, this is not really going to work out here. Oh, results go down. There is no Warp Gate. Alas, if you're going to go for something like this, I guess this is a bit of a PSA here for the Protoss players out there. Proxy 4 Gate is a thing, and it's in the name. You proxy all 4 of your gates, so all 4 gates are out of the map, and that means that your attack is that much faster, it's that much stronger. There's 4 of them as well, and you can set it up. You can set up the flower, the 4-leaf clover, so that the gateways do protect the pylon as well, and protect it from getting surrounded and killed if it does get spotted. Alas, this is a bit of a, again, kind of a Frankenstein version of that, where it's like kind of a proxy, but we had Zealots being produced back at home, and they had to rush across the map. So I like the idea behind it. Unfortunately, the execution was lacking a little bit. The wall is not a wall. The Lings, they flood on in, and oh my god, Banelings morphed into the main as well. DIMAGA is looking to just rush into the next round. GG, DIMAGA will take game 2 and the series. Oh, GG. Well played. Shout out to NasisNazty. Again, he's more of an amateur player. He isn't necessarily a pro like the other GMs around here. But regardless, he is a member of the community. He does participate in these events quite often indeed. And it's great to see him actually, you know, participating and being a part of all of this. Not just in these events, but things like KSL, the ESL Open Cup weeklies. You know, NasisNazty is a very regular name in all of these brackets. Oh. Oh. Aye. GG. GG, well played. And yeah, with that, congratulations to DIMAGA. He will be moving on to the next round. And in that next round, he's going to be facing, the King of the Sea himself, Mio Micah.